Hi guys, welcome to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome to the Premier Division preview show. Some big games this week, Ian. How are you?
All good, bud. Yeah, looking forward to it.
First jab done today as well.
Living the dream.
I'm finished. My second one is done, so there you go. And we'll start off at United Park, where the United take on Waterford FC. And this is interesting because obviously Drogheda are fifth in the league at 30 points. Waterford ninth in the league at 19 points. And both of them, in the penalty shootout, one went through in the FAI Cup the other night and one obviously went out in Drogheda. But there were controversial decisions in both games. I won't go too much into that because that's the FAI Cup. But I will say that the likes of James Brown is suspended for this game and Wordsworth is suspended for this game. And both clubs will feel like they probably should be available. I don't know if you saw the Wordsworth one.
I did, yeah. I was in...
How do you explain that? How do you explain that, Keane?
Yeah, the ball wasn't even out.
And he's clearly passing the ball, isn't he, as well? He's not booting the ball away.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Look, it's such a shame that, because it was a second yellow, that you can't actually appeal it. So, I think that one obviously would have been... I thought now there'd be a bit of leniency here in terms of this one. Now, look, the James Brown one's totally different. Whatever, that's grand, whether it was or not. But this one was blatant, definitely not. And, you think that the FA would have a little bit of common sense here and realise they made a mistake,
I suppose looking at the game itself, like both teams are going to be missing a player of that, quality and worth, if you like. Because Wordsworth, to be fair, has done well at Waterford since he went in there.
Yeah.
We all know how important James Brown is to Drogheda. But how do you see this one going yourself? Do you fancy Drogheda to win this, or is it tighter than you might think a few weeks ago?
Yeah, this is going to be a very close toy. I was going to say, for a minute I was saying Drogheda, and then I was saying Waterford might nick it. So I'm going to stick with a draw.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go for a draw as well, Keane. But anyway.
Yeah, I just think both sides are going to play some nice stuff. Really looking forward to see Waterford in this game as well. Just to see how they come and how they set up against Drogheda. Look, Drogheda are going to be missing James Brown, which is a massive loss for them, and obviously Dane Massey as well. But, I think James Brown's probably the biggest loss. Like, if I could handpick one player to sign tomorrow, he's my player. So, I think it's a massive plus for Waterford. And it'd be interesting to see how Drogheda set up without James and see how they play. Because a lot of the stuff comes down the right. Will they change it, or will they keep it like that? It depends. So I'm looking forward to see.
Yeah, I think the one bit of positivity that comes out from Drogheda the last time was that Dinny Corcoran, I think, played probably the best game I've seen him play in a long time, Keane. We know he's been struggling with injuries for a long time, so it's very hard to get up to speed, but I thought he performed very well in that game, scored a typical Dinny Corcoran goal. With Chris Lyons likely to be out the next few weeks, it's important that Dinny can, lead the line well for Drogheda, really, isn't it?
Yeah, like, Dinny we know what he can do. It's just whether he can try and get a run of games. Like, he hasn't got a run of games now in a number of years, really. So, it'd be great for him to get a run of games under his belt. And, I was so happy to see him score the other day. Really happy. Big fan of Dinny. Top gentleman as well, So to see him getting on the score sheet was great. And, hopefully he gets another one now on Friday.
Yeah, so we're both going for a draw on this one, isn't that right?
Yeah.
So on to, I suppose we better go and talk about the game at Tallaght Stadium. It's a small game, this one. Shamrock Rovers take on St.Patrick's Athletic. Big Dublin derby for a start. Level in the table, though Shamrock Rovers have a game in hand. Interestingly, though, and this is an interesting one that calls off the hop, Keane, Melvin Lambert has re-signed for Pats, and it looks like they're bringing in another striker from Malta. Nkoku is his name. I haven't heard the pronunciation yet, so we'll see how that one goes. And they've Ronan Coughlin as well, but we don't really know what way the injury is as such there. I don't think he'll have a bearing in this match because I don't think any of them will probably be available for this match because I think Lambert has to... he needs clearance, doesn't he? Overseas clearance for this one as well, I think. So I don't know if that
he might be okay. Might be okay to come into the side now. I don't know when you're putting this video out tonight, tomorrow.
Yeah, tonight.
Well, if you're putting it out tonight, it might be a bit of an exclusive here. Richie Towell pulled up in the training yesterday with a calf injury. So, we might be out of the game, which is a massive loss to Shamrock Rovers as well. So, if that's the case, you're looking at Shamrock Rovers missing Richie. I think Rovers will have more of a complete squad than Pats coming into it. But, I think Pats are missing players at the right end of the pitch, in my opinion. Like, considering the keeper, we'll have Mountney back, we'll have Barrett back, you've Lee Desmond, you've Bermo, who has been unbelievable. You've your
he
three
was excellent
midfielders
against Bray Wanderers, wasn't he? He was really good against Bray Wanderers. He was
You've
down
your-
my
you've
side
your
for the second half.
You can even put Ben off the front, play Ben McCormick off the front. You have Dara Bones running in behind you, Billy King. We've some really, I think, okay, we might be missing Rowe and we might be missing two or, we mightn't have Melvin, we mightn't have Coirin in the side. I'm not sure what the story is there. But, if we were to, I really don't think it's a massive, massive loss for Pats. I don't think it's not like we're coming here with a depleted squad like we did against was it Derry or Drogheda? Was it Drogheda? We had we two the back four missing. We were all over the place a little bit. Three of the back four missing that time.
Derry.
So the Derry game, yeah. So it's not like we're coming in like that. So I think it's not going to be a great game. It's not going to be a nice watch. I don't think any of the Pats and Rovers games in recent years have been a good watch. But I think Pats will take a lot of confidence up to Tally, considering we were so close the last time up there. Considering we were so close to getting a point off them. Rovers just nicked it right at the end of
late
Richmond.
goals have been the order of the day the last two times, haven't they? They've played actually.
Yeah, look, it's like you think back to the first day of the season, and just scoring that goal, that own goal that was like we never looked like scoring, but that own goal was fantastic. And then we conceded last minute, and then last minute again against Rovers. Them 4 points are the difference in the table right now when you think of it. So it shows you it's important, and I think it's going to be a very, 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 very cagey game. I think it's a must not lose for Pats. And to be honest, with Rovers having a game in hand and stuff like that, I think it's a must not lose for Pats. But I think Rovers can afford to lose it. In my opinion, that's the way I'm looking at it.
That said, if Pats were to win it, Keane, it would be a big statement, wouldn't it, at this point in the season?
Of course it would. And look, I'm not starting to dream yet. Don't start putting a smile on my face. Honestly, I'm not dreaming. I'll bite your hand off now, I think, for a draw. But, we're going up there the last couple of times. We've been confident. We've played them off the park up there the end of last season when they were about to lift the title. And we were very unlucky not to come out with the win. And there was nothing between the two sides now. But I think that's the difference with Pats this year. Like, we're winning games when we're not playing well. Or, there's nothing between the sides and we're coming out with a 1-0 win, or we play shocking and we're still coming out with a point. So I think that's the good thing about Pats. So I can't see Pats leaving Tallaght Stadium with nothing. So I'm gonna say a draw, but oh my god, if we win, it'd be great.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, you took most of the points there. Like, Matty Smith, we should say, is suspended as well, which is a loss as well. I personally prefer him on the left wing, as you know, but look, he's a very good player, Matty Smith. He's been excellent for Pats this season. But at the same...
Matty would have been playing through the middle on Friday, no doubt.
There's no doubt with the players. Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. But as you said, Shamrock Rovers are missing Towell, who's come in and been excellent from the get-go, pretty much. I'm trying to balance it up here as well, because I think that could give Pats the upper hand in midfield, because the Pats midfield at times is sensational. And if you think about it against Bray, Forrester and Benson were left out, Cian, and they were still brilliant. Lennon actually played very well in that game. Actually, Lewis was excellent. McCormack done well as well. So it just shows the options that Pats do have in the middle of the park. It's a tight one to call as well, Cian. I think we're going to have to sit in the fence here as well. I think I have a feeling both teams won't be too disappointed with a draw, which might play a lot into this game as well. And you say it might be a bit cagey, so I'll go for a draw as well. But I'll go 0-0. I think you said 1-1, did you?
I think we'll score. Yeah. I'm going to say that now. You know, I have a funny feeling whoever scores first might actually win it. You know, I think you're looking at this minute in time, and I don't think anyone will disagree with me. And if you still, I'd love to hear it in the comments. But, like, if Pats go ahead in this game, I can't see them losing it. But
I don't think I can't see Pats conceding 2 goals, to be honest with you.
No,
but likewise, I can't see Rovers conceding 2 goals.
I can't see. To be honest, I'd have more faith in Pats not conceding than Rovers. Just the way their season has gone at the minute, and you know they haven't hit full throttle at all. So that's my own thing. But you know, Pats are gonna come here and they're gonna be up for it. And you know, I'll be honest, Stevie's not coming here to park the bus. Stevie's gonna go and play, and we're gonna try and hurt Rovers as best we can.
Yeah, you'd have to with the midfield they have as well. I think, like, you know, possession of the ball and all that. Pats are well capable of dominating against anyone actually in midfield. We'll move on to Longford and Derry City, and obviously Longford are bottom of the league, but they're unbeaten in 3 games if you include the cup game. To be fair, Derry City, you'd have to say they're a bit fortunate actually in the last game against Drogheda because let's be honest, with 9 men or against 9 men, they struggled to break Drogheda down, didn't they? In fairness, and didn't really create an awful lot, but they got over the line and got through in penalties. It's a game for Derry where they kind of need to win this though if they want to try and get close to the European conversation, I think.
Yeah, look, it's a lot of people are very harsh on Derry, considering, you know, the 9 men and stuff like that. I get that and I understand where people are coming from, but it's a lot harder than you think. You know, like it's easier sometimes playing against 11. Because Drogheda are coming at them and you can catch them on the counter and catch them out of position. But, you know, and you think when you were playing against 9 men, it was basically 2 banks of 4, and it was hard to break down. And, you know, I think Bastian Hurley coming into them will be a massive coup for them in the middle in terms of creative stuff. Yeah, people are saying he doesn't have the legs, he mightn't have this, he mightn't have that. But that's that, you know, I think he has the intelligence of he can play and he can move and he can create things and make things happen. He has the ability to be the best player in the league.
He's got to have the motivation, I think, Cian. He seems to have lacked that the last while, though, hasn't he?
Well, in fairness, he never got a look in at Bowes. Now, obviously, I would think there's something had to happen behind the scenes early on in the season there for it to happen. And, you know, he gets his chance there against Longford. And he played him up front. So, you know, I think something's obviously had to happen in there. There's a reason why he wasn't in the side because he is Bowes' best midfielder.
He needs this move to go well for him, though, doesn't he, now at this stage, I think. Yeah. He really needs this to go well for him.
You know, and I think I think Rory will get the best out of him. Rory is the same type of player as him. I think Bastian's a little bit more going forward than Rory was. But, you know, I think he's that type of dogged material. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he can play. And, you know, I think he can be the difference for Derry getting Europe. Like, realistically, I think him, you know, and if it goes well for him, I'm sure they'll sign him. When you're looking at the midfield next year, McElhenney coming into the side and Michael Duffy possibly coming into the side, you know. So, you know, it's very promising for Derry. I think it's too soon for Europe.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just think it's Rory came in at the wrong time. But I'm really looking forward to seeing this Derry City side progress now over the next 18 months to 2 years and seeing, like, I think this could be a real force if they can keep everything together and keep everything in shape. Or there's no reason why they can't. But, you know, I think I fancy Derry to nick this. I just think they'll have enough to win this game.
I do as well. And in fairness, like, they still have the cup, and you just never know with Derry City in the cup. I mean, you know, just it's one-off games. You know yourself, Cian. Like,
yeah, and you know the Harps would be a tough one for them in the cup. You know, big derby, and then you've obviously Bows and Rovers, which is a massive derby as well. So, you know, two really big cup ties there. That I'm saying it now. They've a month to organise it. Let's get a double header on these two games. You know, like these two games would be fantastic. Or even break them out over the course of the weekend or something. Just let's have these games televised. I think it'd be, you know, you have a month now to go, so Derry can get themselves in a nice position now where they can possibly win a couple of games. These are the games they have to be winning if they want any chance at Europe. In my opinion, anyway, like, you know, you need to be beating your Longfords, you need to be beating your Finn Harps, you need to be beating the teams around you, really, to get yourself out of that rooting up. So I'm looking forward to it. But I can see Longford being hard to break down, but I just think Derry might have a little bit of quality here to just come out on the right side of it.
Yeah, I think from Longford's point of view, they brought in Nugent and particularly Williams. It's just a pity maybe they didn't get them at the start of the season, maybe, because they have improved them a little bit, let's be honest about it. But it's likely to be a bit late for them, isn't it? But I don't know, it's a tough one.
I'm disappointed that Dean Williams wasn't getting a run out as much, especially when Rovers weren't playing well. You know, like, they weren't, like, last year he got more of a run out where Aaron Graham was on fire. This year he wasn't. He's not being on fire. He's playing left wing back, right wing back in some games and everything. And Dean Williams still hasn't got a shout. So
yeah, not even a sub with 5-10 minutes to go in matches. Yeah,
and last year he was. So I'm disappointed, but you know, he has a chance now to stick a couple in the net and get himself a move, I think, in the off season. And look, there'll be a number of clubs, and I'd say including Pats, that'll be waiting to snap him up if he comes available. So it's a chance for him, and it's a win-win for Longford. You know, you're getting a player who needs to prove a point. You need to get out of a relegation battle. You know, I can all change. Just one win and everything can turn around. Like, I think we seen it there a couple of years ago under Martin Russell with Limerick. Limerick were gone, and they were gone. And they just won a game in around August time, and just won every game or drew every game up until it came a big long unbeaten run. They got beaten in the playoffs. So, you know, it's not over. Limerick were gone that year. If anyone can remember that, I think it was about 2016 or something like that, or 2015. But they were gone, and Martin Russell dug them out of it. So, you know, it's easily done. A win can change everything. So I won't be too down, but you know, they need to start getting points on the board, let's be honest.
Absolutely. They're still in the cup, you never know. I'm going for Derry to nick that as well. So I think that's a full house so far. We're on the same page. Yeah, I'll just keep mentioning them. Finn Harps and Bowls, they're both still in the cup. This is on Bank Holiday Monday, and of course this comes obviously after the fact that Bowls play in Europe, but they do have that extra day which may make a difference for them as well. Finn Harps had a bit of a scare, you'd have to say, in fairness, though, in the cup, in terms of 90 minutes 0-0 draw, and poor enough form for them, to be fair, but you know, they're a point above Waterford. Bowls are still in with the shout of Europe. How do you see this one going?
This game is going to be a good one. Finn Harps have a break now. I know they played an extra half an hour, which won't do them any harm considering they have a little bit of a break now. Bowls, massive game for Bowls tomorrow. In terms of money wise and financially, like, it's going to be a massive occasion, win or lose for Bowls tomorrow. 8,000 in the Aviva, so their focus is fully on this until Friday. And then they're going to be focusing on things, but I can't see them resting too many players on Monday. I think you go out with a decent side, and they have to get the win if they want to be in Europe next year. If they want more of these nights, they need to put a foot down and start getting the points on the board, because performances aren't enough anymore. I think Bowes will win it. I think the Bowes will win tomorrow night as well. But I do think they'll beat Finn Harps in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a Bowls win as well, for God's sake. We're on the same page for everything here. I agree. I think that extra day does make a difference, Keane. And I don't think he's going to put out a similar side that played against, I think it was Longford. I think if they do, they'd be in a bit of trouble, if I'm honest with you. Harps, though, could do with a confidence boost. But at the same time, you can never rule them out. Like a lot of people saying that Waterford are definitely going to finish ahead of them. I don't necessarily agree with that. We'll see as the season goes on. But, they've had injury problems as well, Harps and that, but they're starting to come back a little bit now. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on. And if that win gives them a bit of confidence, because at the end of the day, they did score 3 goals. I know it was an extra time. Bowls, though, as you say, I think they're going to go through tomorrow. I think it's going to be squeaky bum a little bit, though. I don't think it's going to be half as easy in the end as it was against Sturgeon. But I do think they'll go to Finn Harps and nick this and just keep up their European run. Back holiday Monday as well, we've got Sligo Rovers against Dundalk, and Sligo have actually lost their last 4 competitive matches, Keane, which is it's hard to understand. I know 2 of them are in Europe. Even so, big shock at home to Cork City, but missing the likes of McGinty, Buckley and Mahon, that 3 is a big thing as well. I think a massive thing, organisational wise and ability wise and everything you want to name. They could be getting Dundalk at the right time, as such, maybe, because it is on Bank Holiday Monday, in fairness. Well, Dundalk have their match in Europe on the Thursday. They need to come out here, Sligo, and get a result. I really think they have to come out and get a result here to keep them up. They're only 3 points off the top, by the way.
Yeah, they'll be kicking themselves with the last couple of results, especially the Cork game. That would have hurt them big time.
That was the last shock we expected when we mentioned in the previous show.
I have to be honest, I thought Cork were excellent in the game now. Cork were absolutely excellent. Now, Sligo weren't great, which probably played into Cork's hands a little bit, of course. But, I thought Cork were excellent to just keep going and get that goal in the end. Look, I'm looking forward to the game in the Cup now and Mark McNulty, and yeah, that'd be good. I'll enjoy that, but I'll be going to it as well.
King Cork to win in penalties, and bloody McNulty makes about 3 saves in the penalty
shootout. We're gonna celebrate, don't you?
Oh, go on.
I'm looking forward to that, but Sligo are massively disappointed. They will be. They'll be kicking themselves.
What do you think, Keane, has happened to them generally over the last few weeks? I know you can easily say bad form, but what do you put that to?
It's very hard when you get caught in a rut in this league. Really, I say it all the time when I'm talking to you on this. You can get caught in a rut and you're saying, Jesus, we'll nick a draw here, we'll be doing well. But, for example, flip the lid a little bit. The Pats at the minute, or something like that at the minute, who are just in pilot mode and just winning games and winning games. So, it can change so quickly. And Sligo need a big performance here. They need to win this game. Even if they lose it, they're not going to be out of running at all, because one of the teams are going to drop something anyway. So
that's where they've an advantage in a way this week, if they can, as you say, if they can beat Dundalk, of course.
Yeah. So if they were to get a good win here, it'll kick them into gear now for the season, for the rest of it, and it'll just get them out of that little rut. I just think the squad is very small. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, and I think Pats as well. The squad is small, but Pats haven't dealt with a lot of injuries.
When they did, to be honest, they went on a bit of a run of 3 defeats in 5 matches when they were in defence and that kind of thing. I think with Sligo, I think McGinty's a serious loss. It's not just people talk about McNicholas as a good shot stopper. That may be so, but McGinty is commanding. He's very good at organising defence. You know yourself, there's a lot more to shot stopping for a goalkeeper. And then if you're missing your Mahons and your Buckleys, it's a big gap in quality after that, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. And they wouldn't have a big squad. So that's the thing that does me, and you can understand it. But I think they'll come out of our rookie. I'd like to think so. And I want to see Sligo, I want to see Pats, and I want to see Rovers go right to the very end here. And whoever wins it, wins it. But I want to see a title race. I want to see 3 teams go for it, at least up until 30 games, and then 2 teams might break off. But I'm really looking forward to this. So I want Sligo to win it. Just keep her up. I only want Sligo to win it now. Well, if we were to do this review show on Saturday, I'll tell you what I really want. But
Yeah.
I'm going on the thing that it's going to be a draw or Pats are going to win on Friday. And I'll tell you if I want Sligo to win or not then. But, I just think it'll be another good game. And I'm delighted that it's on a different day. Obviously, Dundalk are in Europe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is why. But I'm looking forward to seeing this now. I just hope the two games on Monday are on 2 different times.
They are,
So,
yeah.
are they, yeah?
Yeah. One's at 3, I think,
Brilliant.
and one at 5. I checked earlier on, but they are
Brilliant.
2 different times, yeah.
Two good games to watch. I'm looking forward to this one now. This was possibly, for me, football and wise game of the week.
Yeah, I can see an open game, and I don't think McGinty will be back. I'm not sure if Buckley and Mahan will be back either, so that leaves them a bit open. And Dundalk, they're kind of an open enough side, you'd have to say, generally as well.
Yeah.
I think, though, for the first time I'm breaking away from you here, I think it might be a draw on this one, so I'm going to go for Sligo 1, Dundalk 1.
Okay.
Right, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new, hit your bell notification button, and make sure you comment below. Cheers, lads. Cheers, Keno.
Thanks, bud.